moment. My wife and I decided to pick, my wife's actually behind the camera, filming. So hello Lynn.
Hello.
So we decided to take the day and go for a bit of a road trip or an adventure. I don't know, with me involved, navigating is usually an adventure. But as we were doing it, I thought we came down to our local beach, which is only a few minutes away from where we live. Yeah, I know, there's going to be some envious people out there. I came down and we looked at the bathing boxes, which is behind us. Now, this is only a few of the bathing boxes along, and I thought, how interesting would it be to do a bit of an archaeological side of the bathing box? Now, let's do a little bit of history here first and foremost, all right? Bathing boxes, as far as I can tell, originated in England in the mid 19th century, so about the 1840s, 1850s, and it seems to be related to Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria loved the beach, and she loved, I wouldn't say swimming, but I do say liked getting in the water. Now, she had a lot of trouble, she felt uncomfortable being royalty, dressing and walking down on the beach. So her husband, Albert, came up with an ingenious idea and created a kind of change room on wheels, which would be later called the bathing machines. I find that word somewhat interesting. But it moves, so I suppose you could call it a machine. So what he did was he put a box on wheels. It's as simple as that. That's all he did. What would happen is it would be either pushed down by men or horse driven down to the shoreline. Now, this would all depend on how far the beach was from wherever they had this set up. Now, supposedly, some of the beaches in England have like shale and things like that. Supposedly, if you went over the top of them with one of them, the person got bounced around inside the box pretty badly, to be honest. Now, I had a look at this. I've done it down here where I've tried to pull a wheeled object across the beach, and let's just say it isn't the easiest thing to do. So trying to push, you know, half a ton worth of box, equipment and person down to the beach line would be a fun job. Now, the bathing box itself had towels, a bench, changing equipment. The whole concept was to keep the modesty of the young or the female that was going to bathe. All right. Now, bathing boxes, bathing machines, they tended to be for the wealthy. This isn't, you're not going to get this confused. This was a wealthy exploit. Most times going down onto the beach at that period was a wealthy, you needed money. So you needed money to have the bathing box or the bathing machines. Now, bathing machines went rampant after, as soon as Queen Victoria got involved. It's like anything, you know, today if you have a celebrity do something, you're guaranteed within a week it's become a fad. But in that time in England, once Queen Victoria went bathing, everybody wanted to go bathing. So bathing boxes exploded. They weren't only in England, they were in Europe, Italy, even America. They actually became a huge industry. Now, basically, the whole concept, as I said, was to keep the modesty of a woman. So most women or most people of that period, unless you were a seaman or a sailor or something like that lived near the coast that needed to know all this, you didn't know how to swim. So most women would basically get out of the box. There would be a small little kind of step ladder. You would go down the step ladder, stand in the water, and maybe go up to your waist and get wet. Some women did completely submerge themselves. Some supposedly even did a little bit of swimming. It wasn't really acceptable kind of thing, because they thought back then women doing exercise was not a lady thing. But if a woman wanted to go into the water and she had no idea how to swim, they used to put a cord around her waist, connect it to the box, and the attendees, the male attendees or whoever was running the box, would stand by and watch in case the woman got into trouble, and they could pull them back in with the rope. It's possibly the first kind of life-saving version. Let's just pull the woman back in by rope. I don't know whether the falling into water would cause more trouble or dragging her across the beach. I don't know. So this took off by about the 1900s. Bathing machines were starting to fall out of favour, and they were having the wheels ripped off, and you ended up having bathing boxes, which pretty much is like the one behind me. They're very similar. Australia kind of took the design and ran with it. So about 1920s, you didn't see any more bathing machines at all, completely. They were all gone. Now we're going to go further down the coast, probably, I don't know, about a good hour down the coast, and we'll do another little video down there, and I'll explain the Australian side of bathing boxes. Now I'm going to basically put up some photos with this. I've even found the original. They've actually kept the original Queen Victoria bathing machine, which I think is amazing, to be truthfully honest. But yeah, I will do another one down there. So if you want to understand what it's like being in Australia near the beach, my wife's going to swing around and just give you the view that we have pretty much every day. Yeah, no, it's a hard thing living here. Really hard. So basically out towards where you're looking now, with that boats moving out there, that's kind of Geelong. Further around would be Queenscliff, on the very corner. Further right out kind of the middle, which it's very hard to go to because there's a lot of people down on the beach today, is the Rip. So it's basically the exit point of Port Phillip Bay. So what you're looking at now at the moment is Port Phillip Bay. So, this is the end of part one. Give us about an hour and a half, because I'm going to get us lost, I guarantee you. Even though I know where we're going, I'd still get people lost. It's just natural. And we'll do the Australian history of bathing boxes, which is a little bit different. It's not much, but it is a little bit different. We never had, as far as I can tell through history and through records, I can't find that we had any bathing machines. We only had ever bathing boxes, and so I'll tell you that history when we get down to the next beach. Alright guys, take care.